Bonzel?
Yes, that's right.
My name's Wilcox.
Harlow Wilcox?
Yeah.
Well, how do
Glad to know you, Harry, and Steve.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure. Well, Harry, it's a pleasure to meet you at last.
Well, thank you, Harlow. That's awfully nice of you.
Say, I want you to know, Harry, that I've admired your work for a long time. I think you're swell.
Oh, isn't that nice? Well, as a matter of fact, I've been looking for an opportunity to tell you how much I enjoy your work on your Tuesday night show.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Harry.
Not at all. Say, by the way, who are the two people who come on there between your commercials?
Oh, Fibber McGee and Molly.
Oh, yes. Not bad for a comedian.
No, not bad at all. You know, when I'm announcing a show, Harry, I like to feel that the rest of the show is entertaining, too.
It's nice to have it that way.
I think so,
Yes,
yes.
It helps. All those strange things do happen, Harlow.
Yeah?
In a recent survey, it was disclosed, you know, that some people actually enjoy the entertainment as much as they do my commercials.
Oh, Mr. Bonzel.
Oh, no. Now, what's true is true, Mr. Wilcox. That's the way it has to be. Why do you suppose they have stuck Eddie Cantor on my Wednesday night show?
By golly, that's right.
Yes.
Say, you know, I'll bet that's why they've got that Frank Morgan fellow on my Thursday show.
Exactly the reason, old boy. Exactly the
Say,
reason.
by the way, who else is on your Thursday night show?
They have some girl there. I never can... Dinah Shore.
Oh, yes.
Dinah Shore.
She sings or something, doesn't she?
That's right, yeah. Sings a few songs there in between my talk on
I
the program.
see. Well, I hope she'll prove to be a credit to your show, Harry.
Well, she's passable. The girl has possibilities, I think.
Good.
She's, well, I have to go rehearse my commercial.
Oh, yeah, well, go right ahead.
I
Gee,
do.
It's been nice to meet you, old boy.
Hasn't it been nice to chat? Of course, I'm never without it, you know.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Pardon me.
Surely, go right ahead.
Me, oh, me.
Oh, that's a fine tone, Harry.
Thank you so much.
That's swell.
Would you have a spray, my treat, Mr. Wilcox?
Well, thank you. I will.
Open wide. Beautiful.
All right. Thank you very much. Well, Harry, it's been a pleasure to meet you indeed.
A mutual pleasure, Mr. Wilcox, to be sure. It probably seemed very strange to you people that in spite of the fact that we're working every day in the same studios and probably passing each other in the halls 1,000 times a month, that Harlow and I had never met each other. And it occurred to us that there are many people in radio whose voices are familiar to you, and yet you have never met them in person. Technically, these people are known as supporting players. However, each one is a star in his own right. And we'd like to have you meet a few of them now. Yvonne Zell.
Cheryl Walker.
Frank Albertson.
Ellen Mae Morse. Claire Windsor.
Key Luke.
This is the Marvell program brought to you each Tuesday by the makers of Marvell Face Cream and featuring Bert Gordon, the Mad Russian, Ellen Mae Morse, yours truly, Harry Von Zell, and that sweetheart of the Stage Door Canteen, Miss Cheryl Walker.
Not so long ago, I heard a G.I. Joe talking to the lady of his choice. It was his only chance to cinch his big romance. And here is what he told her in a crooning kind of voice. I've got a 12-hour pass, a gallon of gas, and you, baby, they only gave me a day to get you to say I do. I've got a 12-hour pass, a gallon of gas, and you, baby, my life's depending upon of our rendezvous. The time 12 hours past, a gallon of gas, and you.
Oh, Cheryl, that was lovely. Really lovely.
Well, thank you, Harry. You know, I'd be flattered if you didn't say the same thing to Dinah Shore each week.
Well, I have to say it to Dinah. It's in the script, you know.
Oh, I see.
But with you, it's different. I really mean it.
Do you, Harry?
Oh, you bet I do. I don't know, being together this way week after week, it's done something to me. I'm not the same person anymore. I'm somebody else. I've got that certain feeling that, you know.
Yes, I know, because I have the same feeling, Harry.
You have?
Uh-huh.
Oh, boy. Wait till I tell my mommy about this. Darling, when are you going to let me kiss you?
As soon as it's written in the script, Harry.
Yeah, oh, in the script.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'll wait.
Okay.
I'll wait, Cheryl, because I'm crazy about you. I am. I'm crazy about your looks. I'm crazy about your figure. I'm crazy about your singing.
Seems to me you're just crazy.
Well, now, wait, listen. Well, Claire Windsor. Look who's here. Well, what are you doing here?
Well, I'm your guest star, remember?
Guess. Oh, it says so right here. I forgot to look. Look, let me introduce you to our listeners, Claire. Give you a real big build-up, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce now that charming, talented star of stage and screen, that gorgeous personality, that beautiful voice that never fails to thrill you with, how do you do? Bert Gordon, the man Russian. Listen, Russian, don't hurry in, please. I told you before. I was just introducing Miss Claire Windsor, star of stage and screen.
I'm delighted to know you, Miss Windpipe. You know, I've had the pleasure of seeing you many times in the cinema, but I never knew you was on stage.
My dear Russian, I want you to know that I was practically born on the stage.
How embarrassing.
Now, stop that. Stop it right this minute. It just happens, Russian, that Miss Windsor is opening a new play. She's looking desperately for a leading man.
She don't have to look any further. I am the most desperate leading man you ever seen.
Mr. Russian, if you have any aspirations of becoming my leading man, I insist on a demonstration of your histrionic potentialities.
Don't say that. Don't say.
Why not?
I don't understand.
You see, this play is a romantic drama of the South Seas. And Mr. Von Zell plays the part of Kaganugi, the tom-tom carrier.
Oh.
And you play the part of Nogawagi, the spear sharpener.
Couldn't make it a pencil sharpener. I'm tired.
In the first act, as the curtain rises, in the distance you hear...
Boom, diddy, boom, diddy, boom, diddy, boom.
What a gorgeous melody.
Suddenly, there's deathly silence.
Then what happens?
Boom, diddy, boom, diddy, boom, diddy, boom.
So far, I like it. Some musical, eh?
Now, in the third act...
What happens in the second act?
Boom, diddy, boom, diddy, boom, diddy, boom.
You know something, Miss Windmill? This you won't believe because it's a lie. I like that play.
You do?
No matter what part of the play you are coming in, you are missing nothing.
And now in the fourth act comes our big love scene.
Now you are cooking. What's cooking?
First, I look into your eyes.
Go ahead.
And then I say,
Yes?
at last, you are here.
You really want me, don't you?
Oh, I've waited for you so long.
Goodbye.
Come, let's fly away together.
Don't go! Don't go!
I'll handle this, Eggnocky. You go with what you like, and I'll go with what I like. And I like it. Sweet essence of cactus.
As we listen to the magic music of the flute,
Yes.
I enter alone,
Ah.
and I recline lazily on a tiger skin. It is then that you, Nagawagi, enter. And you crush me in your arms, and you smother me with burning kisses.
Yes.
And then you hold me close.
Yes.
Then closer.
Yes.
And then...
Now, Russian, do you think you could handle a situation like that?
Silly boy.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, that scintillating delineator of comedy and song, that potent package of pep and personality, the gal with gobs of gab, the cow boogie girl, Ella Mae Mark.
Once upon a time there lived a solid little chick who was only 21, but brother, she was plenty quick on the trigger. Never could figure what she was aiming to cook. Her sisters Aggie and Belinda tagged her boogie woogie Sandy. The jolliest little critter is a storybook. Sandy, she wanted with the Tootsie Corey. And I'm on out of work and that a mighty terrific hoop and sure made boogie woogie history. Then along came her Prince Charming and it simply was alarming what he told her, just what he told her. Sandy, he said, you're a square, and a square. Ain't nowhere if you want to keep and swing, start a making with the thing they call a samba. I said a samba, and though she couldn't even spell it, less than the time it takes to tell it, she could samba like a Latin in Manhattan. If you should be at Harlem on a Saturday night and hear the cats are screaming, well, all right, then suddenly a bit of Latin music creeps in and a certain dusky maiden begins to begin with awa, ripa, yeah, man. It's out of order, south of the border, but you can bet your last dime it's boogie woogie Sandy swinging in a good old Sabra time.
Well, that about winds up the Marvell program for the series, friends. We've all enjoyed playing for you this season, and we hope you'll be with us when we return to the air next year. Have a nice vacation, won't you? And now from all of us, Cheryl Walker, Ella Mae Morse, Bert Gordon, the Mad Russian, and yours truly, goodbye and good luck till next season. And remember, Marvel Face Cream is super peachy.
The last broadcast of the season, and what do you do? Can't you answer, huh? Well, I'm going to tell you. You muff one of your best lines. And why? Because you are lackadaisical. Mostly physical. If I wasn't related to you, I would smack you in the face.
Well, Russian, you muffed another line again tonight.
See? Even me noticed it, you dope. You're no good to yourself, and you're no good to me.
Well, it was a wonderful season. Now for a little relaxation. What are you going to do on your vacation, Russian?
I'm going down to the mountains, all by myself, away from everybody. I'm going to be a Semite.
Being a hermit, don't you?
What's the difference, as long as I'm healthy?
Well, what's the idea?
It's that Ella Mae.
Ella Mae.
I got to get away from her. Otherwise, I'll wind up being a Benedictine.
Wait a minute. You mean she wants to marry you? Can't understand that.
Neither can I. What am I, a typhoon power?
Well, look, why do you want to run away someplace by yourself? That isn't smart, you know.
Ha ha! In this case, it is pure genius.
No. Hey, listen. Why don't you come down to Desert Springs with me? Now, there's a beautiful place. No autograph hounds, no big crowds, no excitement.
Say, I like that. Are you taking Mrs. Boswell?
No, she's visiting her mother in Fresno. Besides, she hates the desert. She's allergic to tumbleweeds.
Why does she eat them?
No kidding, you'll love this place, Bert. We can use assumed names. I'll be Mr. Smith.
And I'll be Mr. Jones.
Mr. Smith, Mr. Jones.
That I like.
I'll pick you up at your apartment in about an hour, huh?
Okay.
So long, Smith.
So long, Jones. Who's Jones?
It's a wonderful place for a vacation. I think you'll like it.
I've been there.
Oh, have you?
Mm-hmm. I had quite an experience there one weekend.
Sounds interesting. Who was he?
Michael J. Thornton.
Not the high-powered radio agent.
You know him?
Oh, yes. But only by reputation. Oh, incidentally, Cheryl, we won't use our own names up there.
It's a good idea if we don't want to be recognized.
Who do you want to be, Miss Smith or Miss Jones?
Let's be original. You be Miss White and I'll be Miss Brown.
They call me Caballero Joe. My home is in South Chicago. My friends all call me Cisco. Caballero Joe.
21, 85, my blue-eyed baby.
My baby.
Oh, that can't be me.
Russian! Hey, where's the Russian?
He's gone.
Gone.
Gone on a vacation with Mr. Von Zell.
Why, that double-crossing. Do you know where they went?
Now, that depends.
Depends on what?
Depends on a consideration which is mostly monetary.
Here. I'll take it out of my income tax.
But this is going to put me in a higher bracket.
Good morning, Mr. Smith. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Jones.
Hey, that's you dope.
Oh, most of course. Good morning. It's lovely morning. Don't you think so?
Going down to the mineral spring?
Yes, have a little drink before breakfast, you know.
Very good for you.
Russian, this morning I approve of you. You are beautiful. Like it, eh?
Oh, it's wonderful, wonderful. Does things to you. Go ahead, have one. First drink always tastes like that, my boy. Oh, but that second one, that's the one that does it.
Second one almost killed you, huh?
Of all things, you boys here, too?
Oh,
nice
hello,
to
girl.
see you.
What a coincidence. Last night we were all together on the radio, and today we are all together here on the desert. Now all we need is a sheep. Or have we got one?
We can all spend our vacation together. I think that would be delightful.
I'm in cahoots with this.
Oh, yes, delightful.
We're going in for a swim.
This is only for drinking.
Ha, ha, ha. Silly boy. We're on the way to the pool. Why don't you boys join us?
It would be a pleasure and privilege, I'm sure of you.
Well, a little later, perhaps.
All right, we're looking forward. See you later.
Good.
Bye.
Be right there.
All right, get going, get going.
Leave me alone. What's the matter with you?
We're getting out of here.
What for?
Well, how can I stay here when Cheryl is here?
What has she got to do with you? And Witzwasser?
Nothing. But my wife doesn't think so. Ever since we've been on the program, the conclusion jumper.
That's a problem.
Well, don't you understand? Yesterday, our program closes. Today, Cheryl and I are here together at this hotel. I'm under an assumed name. Oh, brother. I'm a great talker, but I could never talk my way out of that.
She don't trust you.
Of course not. I mean, she wouldn't understand the thing. Look, we're getting the first train out of here.
Since when are you living my life as I live it? I don't have to go. Trouble I ain't got.
You mean you're gonna stay here?
I like it here. Place is fine. Good sunshine, plenty air, and girls with bathing suits. And there's wonderful spring water. Say, a couple more drinks and I'll get used to it.
All right, fine. Listen, if you want to stay, stay, but I'm leaving.
Sure.
Brother, I'd be a dead pigeon without feathers.
Well, fly away.
Stinks, doesn't it? wonderful place.
Yes, but it's too bad that Harry Bosdell happens to be here.
Why?
Oh, Mrs. Bosdell's terribly jealous of me, and for no reason at all.
Oh, I see. And Harry's being here is...
You'll just save a lot of trouble if I get out of here.
Oh, I understand. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go talk to him in Palm Springs and see if we can get reservations there, shall I?
Fine.
All right. I'll be right back.
You sure there's no train out till tomorrow morning? Well, how about a plane? Do you have a small bus? Hey, what's going on?
Hello, Hansel. You leaving too?
Oh, now, wait a minute. You knew I was leaving. I thought you were staying.
When I said that, trouble I didn't have. But now I got it.
Well, what happened?
It's that Ella May. She's downstairs. I saw her. But she didn't see me, and she won't. Why don't you answer the door, you dope?
Oh, fancy bumping into you here.
My, oh, my, what a pleasant surprise. What can I express my expression? Devante, look who's here. Mata Hari.
Hi, Harry.
Hello, Ella May. What brings you here?
Oh, just for my vacation. Well, you boys have got a charming boudoir.
Oh, it's nothing.
Oh, it's going to be wonderful spending our vacation together in the desert. The fresh air, the cactus, the sand, the moonlight nights, romance. Do you know that one of my best girlfriends was married right here in this hotel? Their best man was an Indian chief named Flying Goose. Isn't that sweet?
Oh, that's charming.
Golly, we were smart to come here for our vacation. Boy, are we going to have fun.
Oh, boy.
Hey, aren't you going to invite me for dinner? You don't have to coax me. Well, I guess I'd better go and unpack. I'll see you at dinner, my little doll face.
Oh, just relax, pal. No train out until morning.
Even the elements are against me.
Hear ye, yes, hear ye. Come gather round and listen to my sad tale. Hear ye, oh, hear ye. The reason why I switched from scotch to ginger ale, I couldn't shake it and couldn't take it, so I had to leave it. Drink to me with only thine eyes, 'cause I'm on the wagon tonight. Drink to me with only thine lips, 'cause I'm on the wagon tonight. Don't tempt me with a root beer. Don't bribe me with a Coke. Just toast me with a hard drink like ice, 'cause being on the wagon's no joke. So drink to me with only thine eyes, 'cause I'm on the wagon tonight. Oh, wagon wheels won't be carrying me home. I won't be dragging heels tonight. So drink to me with only thine eyes, 'cause I'm on the wagon tonight.
Oh, we still have those one-night stands.
My key, please.
Well, kids, what can we do that's exciting? I think I'll go up and read. Good night, kids.
I'm going to bed.
Ditto.
Hey, what is this? Hey, character, what's the idea?
Well, you know the old advice. early to bed and early to rise.
Go on.
There's more.
Good night.
Wait a minute. I came here for my vacation.
Well, go ahead and vacate.
Listen, you Siberian smudge pot. Here is our routine for tomorrow. Hiking at 10, luncheon at 12, swimming at 3, horseback riding at 4, and at 5,
I'll be unconscious.
I'll be here at 10 o'clock in the morning in the lobby waiting for you.
My, oh, my, will you be lonesome?
Hey, I'll get the stamps in the morning.
Is that so? Well, let me tell you something. I'm going to give this story to the newspapers. I'll blast your precious reputation to shreds. That's what I'll do. Your thousands of fans will know what you really are.
Guess I had another one of those night horses. Bonzo, close the windows, will you, please? Never mind, I'll do it myself. Well, you ain't even here. Bonzo, where are you, Bonzo? Where are you? Bonzo, what? Bonzo, stop playing games. A fine time you picked out to play hide and go seek. Bonzo, why aren't you in bed? Bonzo, where are you?
Looking for something?
I'm looking for Bonzo.
Well, I'm right here, Russian. What's the matter?
What are you doing out there?
I just went out for a smoke.
In the middle of the night, you go out for a smoke?
Want to wake up the dead?
This is a vacation. I'm having a nervous breakup.
Our bill, please. Checking out so soon?
Yes, it's an emergency.
I'm sorry, folks, but you can't leave.
Well, we were...
Huh? Say, who are you?
Mr. Smith, Mr. Jones, this is Sheriff Hayward.
Sheriff?
Glad to know you. Give the bill, please. We're in a hurry. Make it a snap.
Maybe you didn't understand me. I said you can't leave.
Well, now, just a minute. Why can't we leave?
Now, see here, Sheriff Haypile.
The name is Hayworth, and I said you can't leave. Nobody can leave because there's a dead body been found in room 32.
Well, what do you want us to do? Act as pallbearers?
Why should we? We don't even know this body that died.
No.
He didn't die, he was murdered. But you see, there's a murder running loose in this place, and he ain't getting away if I can help it.
Morning, boys. Don't tell me you're leaving.
Well, that was the general idea.
Yes, but the idea was vetoed by Sheriff Haystack.
I'm sorry, ladies, but for the time being, no one can leave the lodge.
But why? What's happened?
Oh, nothing much. Only a body was found in room 32. Slightly dead.
Murdered.
Miss Brown and Miss White, I'm very sorry about all this. It just can't be helped.
What do you mean it can't be helped? We got rights. You can't keep us here. Do you know who we are?
Jonesy, now the law must be obeyed. If the sheriff says we stay, we stay. You've got to get that through your head, Jonesy.
Oh, most of course.
Hi-ho, everybody. Hey, you're not going hiking dressed like that.
Hiking I ain't going.
Oh, taking a powder, eh? Boy, you little...
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Listen, don't blame Jonesy.
Jonesy.
Mind you. Please, let us explain. This is very...
That's better than good. You have our bags taken back to our room.
Yes, Miss Brown. What do you know about these people? Oh, me? Oh, nothing. They just guessed, that's all. And the name is Smith, Jones, Brown, and White, eh? Yes, yes, yes.
Holy cats. In room 32. Say, a little after 1 o'clock this morning, I was going by that room, and I heard a man's voice in there.
A man's voice.
The murderer.
Might have been the victim.
So what did he say?
Boy, was he burned up.
Yeah, well.
He seemed to be threatening to expose somebody in the newspapers. And now I remember it must have been somebody in show business.
How do you know that?
Well, I heard him. He said, I'll blast your reputation, and then all your fans will know what you really are.
This I don't like.
Forget what you heard, understand?
Yes, don't breathe it to a soul.
Why? What are we afraid of?
Oh, nothing. We might just as well all be sitting in the death house, that's all. Get this. The other night our program closes. The next day we're all registered here under assumed names. What are we doing here? Attending a clam bake? Oh, no, brother. And then there's my jealous wife. And our contracts, our reputations. And then to top off the whole thing, there has to go and be a murder. Any minute now, we'll all be exposed, disgraced. We've got to get out of here or else.
I protest! I protest! This is an indignity I do not suppose to tolerate, and I will demand an apology.
All right. The sheriff will apologize. Oh, Sheriff?
Yeah?
This is an outrage.
Take it easy.
What is it, Mac?
I'm in the room like you told me watching things when this guy comes through a connecting door and I grab him.
Yes, and why do you grab me? And what were you doing in that room? I demand an explanation.
Easy now. What were you doing in that room?
What was I doing in that room? I have a right to be in that room. I go in there every morning when arriving. I'm Mr. Fountain's personal physician. He has a heart condition. I've been with him 8 years. He don't go any place without me.
That's right, Sheriff. Dr. Colmar's been coming here with Mr. Thornton for years.
Now, you see, perhaps you could tell me.
Oh, just a minute. You mean to say when you entered that room just now that you didn't know your patient was dead?
Dead?
Yes.
In his heart?
No, it wasn't his heart. He was murdered.
Murdered. Horrible event. And how did it happen? And who was going to kill him?
That's what I'm going to find out. All we know now for the present is that between 1 and 6 o'clock this morning, Michael J. Thornton was poisoned.
Michael J. Thornton, the big agent. So they finally caught up with him.
A glass of water, please.
Of course. This way, Doctor. Mac, I'm going to question every guest and employee in this place. So round them all up and have them right here ready in this lobby.
Okay, Sheriff. All right, folks. Just don't wander off too far.
Well, I've never been mixed up in murder before. Exciting, isn't it?
Right now, we'll be welcome here, a little dialogue.
Russian, you talk too much.
So what did I say?
What did you say? It's what we all say from now on that's important. If we're not careful, we're going to wind up behind the biggest 8-ball you ever saw.
Harry's not fooling. This is serious.
You mean we're mixed up in this?
Up to our necks.
Well, what'll we do?
I wouldn't say anything about ever having been here with Thornton if I were you. Have a cigarette, anybody?
Now listen, kids. The important thing for us is to just remain cool. Remain cool and stick together.
Gee, you make it sound pretty awful.
Heavens, the way you talk, you'd think one of us might have done it.
Is that so fantastic? The person who was in Thornton's room early this morning when Ella May heard him threatening to expose somebody in the newspapers is in show business. Now, is there anyone else here in show business besides us?
Harry's right.
I'll say he is.
Here's another thing. All of us here knew Thornton. Some of us even had dealings with him.
Well, yes,
And if they ever find out that we're actually well-known radio people using phony names, checking in one day and trying to check out the next, they're going to be asking a lot of questions.
And we ain't got very good answers.
Even though none of us knew a thing about Thornton's death, we'd be dragged into it. We'd be through in radio. You could use our reputations for a soup strainer. That's why we've just got to stick together.
Say, Vardy, didn't you once have trouble with Mike Thornton about a contract or something?
Well, yes, I did.
And didn't you threaten to break his neck or something?
I remember it was in the paper.
Oh, well, that was a long time ago. That whole thing's been forgotten. Me? Well, I wouldn't hurt a fly. I just went out for a smoke.
In the middle of the night, you go out for a smoke?
Want to wake up the dead? Russian. What are you looking at me that way for?
Who's looking?
All right.
Remember now, we're all going to hang together. What am I saying?
What did you expect, a Hungarian raspberry?
I'd like to speak to Mr. Thornton, please. Who? I said I'd like to speak to Mr. Michael J. Thornton.
Silly boy. Just a moment, please. Did you want to speak to Mr. Thornton?
Oh, yes, I do.
What about?
Well, it's a personal matter. Who are you?
Sure, if he were.
Okay, you got my vote. Now, I still want to speak to Mr. Thornton.
Now, listen, son. Think you'd better tell me about what?
Well, wait a minute. I'm a newspaper man. I came all the way up here from Los Angeles to get a story. Now, are you satisfied?
A reporter, eh? What kind of a story are you supposed to get?
Look, Hawkshaw, how do I know? Thornton phoned me last night and told me to be up here today if I wanted a hot story.
And you came all the way from Los Angeles to get a story just on a phone call.
That's right. You see, Thornton happens to be the kind of a guy that dishes out hot stories. I know that.
What time did he phone you?
Well, after 1 this morning. Hey, why the third degree? Is Thornton in a jam?
Kind of. He's dead.
Dead?
Yes, he was murdered shortly after he talked to you on the phone.
Oh, brother, this is a story.
Just a minute, son. There ain't going to be no story till I find out who killed Thornton.
What do you mean? Thornton's been bumped off. That's story enough for me.
Yes, maybe so.
Hey, wait a minute. You're interfering with the press.
That's too bad.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'd better call my editor. Tell him where I am. He'd be worried about me.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Constable, if that's the way you feel about it. I hope you realize you're taking the wrong attitude. Well, it's been nice meeting you, Inspector.
Hey. I'd like to have you stick around for a while.
Oh, you're gonna hold me here, huh?
Anybody can come in. Nobody goes out.
Oh, is it okay with you if I breathe?
I'll tell you when you can leave. But don't try it before then, because I have some sharpshooting deputies outside. You just make yourself comfortable. This way, fellas.
Hi, Sheriff.
Hi, boys. Upstairs on the second floor, room 32. I'll send McNeil up to give you a hand.
Okay.
Oh, Mac.
Hello, Morris.
How do you do?
I'm Tom Brandon of the Los Angeles Telegram. I thought I recognized you a while ago.
Oh, on my vacation.
Yeah.
Oh, these are friends of mine, Miss Brown and Miss White.
How do you do, lady?
How do you do? How are you?
I understand you had some excitement around here.
No, really?
You know, Thornton.
Oh, yes. Isn't that awful? That poor guy found dead in his room this morning.
Sheriff! Sheriff! Oh, excuse me.
Oh, Sheriff! Sheriff Hayward!
Well, what is it?
The body. It's gone. Disappeared.
Disappeared?
So help me. The boys and me walked into the room to get the body. Just wasn't there.
Oh, you're crazy. Bodies just don't disappear. Now you cut out that drink.
Can you beat it? Somebody snatched the body.
Now, what would it...
Look, he thinks I'm the mad Roger. Mind you have made a gross misunderstanding. My name is Jones. Jonesy for sure.
Hi, Jonesy.
Glad to know you. Likewise.
And Monzel? What's your name? Smith?
Yeah. How'd you guess it?
All right, boys. Come on, let your hair down. What gives here, anyway? Jones, Smith, Miss Brown, Miss White, Mike Thornton bumped off. From where I stand, this all begins to add up to something very interesting.
We don't need no commentator.
Now look, fella.
Now listen, everybody. And I want you to listen carefully. The body has disappeared. Someone in this lodge has moved it. Without the corpus delicti, there ain't no murder. That's the law, and the person who grabbed the body knows that. So we'll all just stay here till I find the body and the murderer.
Well, Tom, we've told you everything we know. So, what do you think?
I don't know. Miss Morris here overheard Thornton apparently threatening someone in show business, someone with fans. Well, that sounds like reason enough for whoever he was threatening to bump Thornton off. All right. Now, without unnecessarily stretching my powers of deduction, you five are the only people here in show business and have fans, right?
Maybe he meant a fan dancer.
How can you expose a fan dancer?
You're not being very helpful, Mr. Brandon.
Merely analytical, Miss Walker. There's one thing for certain, though. In order to protect all of you, at least from embarrassment, Miss Morse is going to have to forget everything she overheard last night. You're going to have to keep your mouth shut.
That I got to see.
Oh, yeah?
It's a cinch that rural Sherlock Holmes will keep us here till the cows come home. Unless they find that corpus delicti.
Who cares about the corpus delicti? Let's find the body.
Mr. Brandon, exactly what is your position in this matter?
Well, I'm a newspaper man. Now, inasmuch as I'm stuck here, which I don't seem to mind anymore, I think I'll go downstairs and get myself a room. So I'll see you all in the morning. Happy dreams. about a room?
Room?
Yes. You know, 4 walls with a bed in.
Oh, you want a room?
Good boy.
He wants a room. He wants a room. Now, let me see. He wants a room. Oh, here we are. Room 32.
32?
Yes.
Oh, isn't that the room where they found Thornton's body?
Yes, but it's not in there anymore.
Well, look, don't you have a nice room that hasn't had any murders in it lately?
Oh. You want another room? He wants another room. He wants another room.
Now, that is initiating routine.
He wants another room. He wants another room. Now, let me see. Oh. Here we are. Room 47. A very nice room.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Got to register.
Gotta register, gotta register.
Got to register.
May I use the phone, please?
Help yourself.
Hey, this phone is dead.
I know it. Sheriff's orders.
Huh?
Sheriff's orders.
Oh, hello, Miss Walker.
Hello. I'd like to talk to you.
Oh, fine. Should we go over and sit down?
No, I'd rather go outside and talk, if you don't mind.
Mine? That's the sort of thing I do best.
Where are you going, folks?
Well, I'm going out and get some air. Do you mind?
Nope. Of course, you can't go too far. Place is being watched, you know.
Thanks for the tip, Chief. There you are. Just put the doctor order. This is it. Ah, I like this. Moonlight on the desert, pretty girl. You know, I have a confession. I have always been a fan of yours.
Well, thank you, Mr. Brandon.
Oh, now, wait a minute. The only people who can call me Mr. Brandon are the ones I don't like.
I followed you downstairs to talk to you for only one reason.
Oh, really? What was that?
Up in the room when Miss Windsor asked you how you stood in regard to the situation here, you said, well, I'm a newspaper man.
That's right. I have a union card to prove it.
No, I didn't mean that. You indicated quite clearly that you were going to use our real names in connection with what's happened here.
That's my job.
You mustn't do it, Tom.
Look, the newspaper game is a pretty cold-blooded business. And reporters have responsibilities. Now, if I don't crack every angle of this yarn, some other reporter will. I guess you think I'm pretty much of a heel. You do, don't you?
No, I wasn't thinking of that.
What were you thinking about?
Oh, just how you tried for several years to get a break. You've been kicked around with one disappointment after another. Finally, you think you've made the grade, and something like this has to happen. After working and struggling so hard, it's gone. Just like that.
My father warned me against moments like this. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do my very best to keep your name out of it, okay?
And the others?
But one of them might be a killer.
But that's absurd.
Well, I don't know.
Why would one of us want to kill Thornton?
Well, I know you wouldn't have any reason to.
Tom, let me tell you something.
Look, let's forget about it, huh? We'd better go back. You could use some sleep. And don't worry about a thing.
How do you do?
Russian, what are you doing hiding in these bushes?
I'm sneaking down to the village to send some important telegrams.
Well, how are you going to get by all these deputies?
Don't worry. I'm imitating a weasel.
Happy landing.
Hello there. Oh, hello, Mr. Lutz. What brings you here? Oh, yes. I was over at our agent's office, and this came for you. I thought it might be something important, so I brought it over. Thank you. Hope it's nothing bad, Mr. Lutz. I don't know. It sounds kind of serious. It's from my friend, the Mad Russian. He wants me to come immediately to Desert Springs. Says it's a matter of life and death.
Will you please repeat that wire slowly?
If you are a matter of life and death, signed, your friend, the Mad Russian, ask for Jones.
Case of life and death. Your friend, the Mad Russian. Ask for Jones.
And it's a matter of life and death. Signed, the Mad Russian. Ask for Jones.
We all received identical telegrams.
Well, it couldn't be a gag.
I don't believe so, knowing the Russian.
I wonder what's up.
Whatever it is, sounds like he's in some kind of serious trouble.
Look who's coming.
Ain't that Leslie Dennison, the guy that plays English detective? Yeah. How did he ever get so far from Scotland Yard?
Hello, boys. Off a little holiday?
Well, not exactly. We all received it.
Oh, don't tell me. Allow me to do a little deducting. You each received a telegram, right?
Right.
And each telegram was marked, the Mad Russian asked for Jones, right?
Right.
Pretty clever of me, what?
How did you figure that one out?
Elementary, my dear fellow. Elementary.
Plays his part on and on.
All he needs is the pipe of the trick cat.
Your service, gentlemen. At your service.
Oh, not that.
Desert Springs. You gentlemen like to be brushed off?
No, thanks. I've been brushed off by all the casting directors in Hollywood.
So you see, we are in serious trouble.
I can see that. But where do we fit into this thing?
Yeah, why'd you send for us?
Why? Because I have great faith in you.
What do you mean?
Just what do you expect us to do?
With you gentlemen here, now everything is honky-ponky.
All right, Russian, get to the point.
My dear friends, you have been in the biggest murder mysteries among pictures. You know all the answers. Nothing is too tough for you. Why, you have solved crimes that no other detectives in the whole world could solve.
Oh, no. You see, is he pulling our leg?
Just let's get this thing straight. You mean you sent for us to solve a real murder?
Precisely why you are here.
Are you crazy? For the love of Mike, we're not detectives, we're actors, I hope. Why, I couldn't even solve a crossword puzzle.
My thrice illustrious friend. Those crimes and mysteries we solved were in pictures. We had scripts to go by.
And the author always told us where to find the murderer.
And sometimes even the author was baffled.
But this is the McCoy. A real murder has been committed.
And the bodies disappeared.
And there's a killer running around loose.
And I'm getting out of here.
What's that?
May I come in? Please do.
What are you doing, casting a horror picture?
Ask him.
Tom, you know the boys.
Oh, the masterminds of the cinema, I should say so. How are you, fellas?
Boys, this is Tom Brandon, newspaperman.
Pleased to have met you.
It's been a pleasure. Goodbye.
So long.
See you around.
I regret I cannot be of help. The sky-soaring eagle is not ensnared by a man with a butterfly net. Likewise, this is out of my line. Good day, gentlemen.
What a ham. Hey, what goes on?
Just like rats, they sink a deserted ship.
And you say these men asked for Mr. Jones?
Yes?
They certainly did. Here they are now. Just a minute, gentlemen. I'm sorry. You can't leave for the time being.
What do you mean?
Who says so?
What's the idea?
May I ask why?
I'm Sheriff Hayworth, and there's been a murder.
So what?
Anybody can come in. Nobody can go out.
Good heavens, man, this is an outrage.
Maybe so, but nobody can leave until I find the body and who did the killing. So just make yourselves comfortable and don't try to leave the ground. The place is being watched.
They can't do this to us. Say, Bert, do you remember when me and you got mixed up in the Sanders case? They tried to hold us, but they couldn't. It was against the law.
Kelsey, that was our last picture.
Oh, that's right. But it was pretty good, too, for a B picture.
Fellas.
What's on your mind, Key?
Only this. We've got to figure some way of getting out of here. Especially before someone finds out why we came here in the first place.
If this ever gets in the newspapers, we'll be laughing stocks.
The gods have slipped us a strange present, boys, getting the 5 of us mixed up in a crazy thing like this.
6 of us.
So we've all decided to stay and see this thing through.
Boys, you have touched me very deeply. I cannot tell you from the outside how I am feeling on the inside. Bon voyage. One and all.
Now, let's get right down to business.
Right. This is how we'll start. First, we'll find that body.
Kelsey, you're brilliant.
Yeah, what would you do, Flatfoot? The first thing to do is to find the motive.
Motive? I think we should find the gun.
The guy was poisoned, remember?
Gentlemen, we're trying to find everything but the killer.
Now, gentlemen, the first important thing we must have is organization. And organization requires leadership.
Very well, then. I shall take over. Did any of you fellows see my last picture? Police Dog Drummond rides again?
Now, there's a ham with no points.
He took something from that dresser.
Right? And he said it's for the best. It was for the best. Gentlemen, we may have just seen the murderer. And we stand here like dopes. Kelsey, why didn't you grab him?
Look, Burke, I ain't your stooge in real life.
Fine lot of detectives we are.
Without a script, you boys seem to be helpless.
Okay, where were you when the lights went out?
Here we go again, boys.
Keep an eye on him. He may be armed.
No. Woo! Woo!
Miss White.
Yes?
May I speak to you a moment, please?
Excuse me.
You know what?
What?
I wouldn't be surprised if Claire had something to do with Thornton's death.
What makes you think she did it?
My feminine intuition tells me.
Why do you listen to your relatives?
Oh, no.
You know, it's very possible that Von Zell liquidated Thornton.
Harry? Oh, no, that's ridiculous.
Oh, you think so? Remember that nightclub battle they had when Harry threatened to get him?
But that's all been forgotten.
Oh, you don't have a radio announcer kicked off a program and expect him to forget it.
Do you really think he did it?
No. A woman killed Thornton.
A woman?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Well, I've been doing a little sleuthing on my own. This seems to be the season for sleuthing around here. And in Thornton's room, I found an initial compact.
Say, kiddies, we are going for a little stroll. Would you like to join us up?
Oh, I don't think so. I'm a little tired.
Oh, come on. The fresh air will do you good.
Come along, my little Russian wolfhound.
You fellows know what's good for you. You stay around here and mind your own business. If you don't want to go to jail.
You kiddies go ahead with the stroll. I'll join you later up.
Sometimes I think that guy's trying to get away from me.
Why don't you inveigle him into wedlock?
I will not, unless he marries me.
Midget. Just goes to show how your mind works when it's not working. Good evening, sir. Nice quiet place to read a paper. I hope I'm not intruding. Don't mind me. All I'm doing is looking for a body. Sure, it sounds silly. But nowadays, when you go on your vacation, do you know what's going to happen? No. Do you swim? Play tennis? Go horsebacking? No. You wind up looking for bodies. Say, she's a pretty good swimmer, isn't she? By the by, did you ever see any suspicious characters around here? Mister? 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 Sergeant! 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 Boy! Look, Kelsey! The body! Downstairs! In the cellar! Come on! I saw it! Quick! Come on! Hey, you! Wait a minute! Come on! Hold on there!
I thought I told you fellas behave yourself and stop roaming around this place. Or do I have to get tough?
But, Sheriff, we found Thornton's body.
You what?
Yes, that's right. It's over there in that chair. I saw it. Right there. Right? How embarrassing.
Say, what are you trying to pull?
I tell you, it was Thornton's body. I saw it with my own eyes. I even talked to him.
I am getting fed up with you guys. Fed up, do you understand? What do you think I am? Some kind of a hick? You think I ain't got nothing else to do but just play games with a bunch of screwballs? Now, let me tell you something. Any more of these monkey shines, and I'll commit another murder! Get out of my way.
I'll be snowing with you in no time. Smart show. Now you're seeing things. You look at an empty chair and you think it's Thornton. You better get a good night's rest. One more shock and you will be a nervous wreckage. Must be a draft.
Did you find one? Who's your friend?
Well, that's you.
Hey, Russian, look, this is me over here.
Who's that?
Thornton. No!
You first, Chief.
Fellas, it was here. I saw it. He was sleeping with the Russian, wasn't he?
What's the matter, boys? Body gone?
Now, that was a swell breakfast. You know, the longer I stay here, the better I like it.
What about your job?
Let's not worry about my job or Thornton or any of the rest of it for a while.
I wish it were that easy.
Now, don't worry. Everything's going to be all right.
Is it?
Sure. Let's go out and tie into some of that desert ozone. It'll do you good. That little nook in the garden with the rustic bench has definite possibilities.
Mr. Brandon, you sound suspiciously romantic.
Well, even a newspaper man has his lighter moments. Hi there.
Hello. Hello, kids. Say, have you seen that rambling Russian?
Oh, no, we haven't. Why? What's up?
Can you imagine that goon looking for a dead body when here's a body with life in it?
Looks like Cheryl has everything pretty well under control. No, if that newspaper man doesn't pop off, nobody will know who we are.
Well, even if they did, nobody knows we're here.
Telegram for Harry Von Zell.
Do you see how smart I was to use an assumed name?
Telegram for Harry Von Zell.
Why, as Mr. Smith, nobody'd think I was Harry Von Zell.
Harry Von Zell.
There must be an echo around here.
Telegram for Harry Von Zell.
Say, boy. Did you say Harry Von Zell?
Yes, sir.
He wants Harry Von Zell.
Very funny. It is very funny.
Are you Harry Von Zell?
Say, Jonesy, this must be the telegram I sent Von Zell telling him we were coming up here. You remember? Now that we're here, I'll see that he gets it. There you are, son.
Thank you.
Say, when did you send Harry Von Zell a telegram?
Darling, just learned you are at Desert Springs. Will join you at once. Love, Gladys.
Who's Gladys?
My wife, you dope.
What about us being on the way back to Hollywood?
Yeah, I got to make that 11 o'clock train tonight.
Yeah, but the sheriff won't let us get out of here until the body is found.
Well, let's find it. I've got to report at the studio at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Very well, gentlemen. We have just about 12 hours before train time. Now, we'll proceed according to plan. Does everybody know what to do?
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah.
Splendid. May success reward your efforts.
Yes.
Gentlemen, like a dragon chasing its own tail, we're not getting anywhere.
Oh, brother, now there's a piece of understatement if I ever heard one.
Who wants some food? I'm hungry.
Of all the silly, unvarnished dribble I've had to listen to in my life, you amateur G-men are unsurpassed.
Room service.
You should talk.
This is room 33.
Yeah, Bonzel, you had as good a motive as anybody to buff off Thornton.
Will you send up a bacon and tomato sandwich, please?
Now listen, I told you fellas before, and I'll tell you again, I had nothing to do with it.
On toast.
You will admit you had the opportunity.
Yes, with mayonnaise.
What do you mean?
That morning early when Thornton met his death, you were not in your room.
No mayonnaise?
Not in my room. All right, so I couldn't sleep. I went out for a smoke.
Horseradish.
Mr. Von Zell, that would be a dangerous alibi to use in a courtroom.
Well, if you ask me, Miss Walker had a good motive for this. She had every reason to hate Thornton for what he tried to get away with last year. And it's a cinch she was the one that was in the room.
All right, suppose I was.
Be careful what you say.
I was in Thornton's room. Now, for heaven's sakes, let's stop talking about it.
Cheryl, listen. I don't know who you're trying to protect, but I can't let you stick your neck out. She was with me. She's lying now to spare my reputation.
Mr. Von Zell, at the moment your reputation should be your last concern.
Yeah, with a murder rap staring you in the puss.
Wait a minute, Burke. You are accusing Bonzel of killing Thornton.
Yes, and Jackson is accusing Miss Walker.
Is it necessary to have a newspaper man here?
Why don't you act your age? You guys are taking a perfectly legitimate murder mystery and turning it into a screwball farce.
We don't want no opinions from no news beagles.
Yeah, keep your nose out of this.
The next thing you'll be accusing me.
Gentlemen, gentlemen!
Oh, how do you like these characters? They're beginning to believe their own parts. They wouldn't know a footprint if they were standing in front of Grommett's Chinese Theater.
Look who's talking. You're the only one who heard that mysterious voice in Thornton's room?
Oh, great. Now they've got me in the who's gal.
A bunch of Hollywood actors trying to play detective.
Miss Windsor, your choice of words is unfortunate for one who is directly involved in this affair. You're compact, I believe.
Why, yes, it is mine. I must have left it someplace.
In Thornton's room, to be exact.
Wait a minute, Luke. You're supposed to help us get out of this mess. Instead of that, you practically got us hanging in the electric chair.
Sorry, Russian, but you asked us to come here and solve this murder.
It was your idea.
We were just doing our duty.
The law is the law. Those guys are fabulous.
We're trying to help you. We're your friend.
Yeah, well, look, do us a favor and don't be so friendly.
You can't accuse these people of murder. I won't let you. They are my friends. Burke is accusing Bonsall. Jackson is accusing Miss Walker. And you, Luke, you are accusing Miss Windsor of killing Thornton. All right? Before we go any further, I confess. I confess I know nothing about it.
Oh, no. Hey, that's my wife. Ella, you answer.
For me?
Yes, if it's Mrs. Bonzell, tell her I'm out. Gone. I've left on the afternoon train. Be careful what you say.
Yes, this is his room.
It's her.
How much of a jump is it to the ground?
What do you mean, what am I doing in here? Well, of course this is a woman's voice.
It's her.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Well, coming right up, eh?
No. Hang up.
It's the waiter. He's coming right up.
They've got him. Bolton's killer. He's downstairs. He's confessed.
Oh, wait.
We got him.
No, that won't be necessary. I'll bring him in myself. All right, goodbye.
Who is it, Sheriff? Who did it? Give us the dough.
All right, Mac, bring him out.
Why?
I never thought
No, I wonder if it does.
Why do you arrest him, Sheriff? He had nothing to do with it.
Oh, is that so? Maybe you can tell us who did.
I did it.
Don't believe her. She's lying. I did it. Oh, just a second. You're trying to protect this man. Why?
It's perfectly natural for a daughter to protect her father.
Is this man your father?
Yes. Yes, he is. Oh, Dad, whatever made you say you killed him?
Don't worry, darling. It's all right.
He didn't do it, Sheriff, I tell you. He didn't do it. I did it.
No, I did it.
I did it, Sheriff.
All right. You say you did it. He says he did it. Now, is there anyone else here that'd like to confess this murder?
Hold on, Sheriff. I got the real murderer. This is an outrage. I protest this indignity. I protest. Sheriff, here's your murderer. I demand you arrest this man for arresting me.
My, confusing.
He did it, all right. I found the poison in his room.
Yeah, that's right. We saw him take that bottle out of Thornton's room. Take those cuffs off of him. You meddling jackasses, I've already solved this murder. If I hear another word out of you...
Permit me to remind you, Sheriff. Are you forgetting that you cannot solve or even prove there was a murder until you produce a body?
That's right, Sheriff. There's got to be a corpus delicti.
He said it. And another thing...
Doctor.
It worked. It worked. Exactly 72 hours. The greatest discovery of our time. Medical science will acclaim. And now I'll be famous. Come, now you must test and be quiet.
Wait a minute. What is all this?
You see, for years, I've been working on a cure for heart ailment. Now, this drug that I have discovered, when administered to a patient, would stop the heart action for 72 hours. At the end of which time, if the patient lived, he would be completely cured. And it worked. It worked. Now you understand, Sheriff, why I couldn't allow you to remove that body. An autopsy would have been fatal.
Nowadays, it isn't even safe to be dead.
Yeah, well, that clears that up. We can still just make that 11 o'clock train.
What's your hurry? It's only 10 after 11.
Well, Tom, it looks like you came out here on a wild goose chase.
Oh, I don't know. Coming here hasn't been a total loss.
Congratulations, Mr. Boardman. I think you've got a great picture. I want to thank you for the opportunity you gave me in it.
It's an extremely smart whodunit.
I don't think my part was large enough.
Oh?
Oh, Ella May, you were swell. When is it going to be released?
I doubt seriously that it will be released.
Well, what do you mean? The picture's full of laughs and suspense.
I'm sorry, folks, but I can't share your enthusiasm. Up to a point, the picture's very good. But the finish is disappointing and will never be accepted by an audience.
Well, how do you figure that?
I know it's a formula, but Thornton must be dead to satisfy the audience. We just have no picture unless Thornton is dead.
Mr. Boardman, I have an idea.
All right, Bert, let's have it. That's why we're here.
Do you mind running the end of the picture over again?
Not at all. Joe, will you run the last 100 feet?
That's right, Sheriff. There's got to be a corpus delicti.
He said it. And another thing, happy ever after.